We're a 115-year-old company. We were founded in 1907. We're a third-generation family business. Been an electrical wholesaler all of our lives. Now we are focused primarily on the industrial markets of Cincinnati. We do a lot of machine control automation, but we also have a segment of the construction industry. Early in our life, it would have been just the opposite. We were primarily construction with just a little bit of industrial. We flipped during World War II. We have two locations here in Cincinnati, primary locations on the river, just upriver from the Montgomery and Boathouse. Other locations up in Blue Ash off of Cornell Road. We have 40 employees and do about 20 million in sales. We have a significant need for IT support just because of the nature of an electrical wholesaler. We have a powerful ERP system. Everybody's networked to it. We have a lot of work from home capability, though most of our employees are on site the majority of the time by far. And we manage thousands of SKUs every day going out to thousands of customers, tens of thousands of SKUs to thousands of customers. We were looking to change our backbone primarily for the internet and the VPN between our two stores. I think it was 5 years ago. If it's not, it's close. It might something like that. Anyway, the guy who was our salesman from Charter Communications was a good friend of mine, Joe Tricassi or Tricase. He pronounces it two different ways depending on the mood he's in. And I said, who's a good IT company? Because we're looking for somebody to support us if we're going to go with this voice over IP phone system. And he introduced me to James Forbes and John Faust and said, these guys are great. And after I met him and interviewed him, and we interviewed another company from Northern Kentucky, we agreed that Forbes looked like the better partner for us, for our size company, and went with that team for our 3CX phone system. And they did a very good job with that. And then we looked to them for a more solid IT contract to go above and beyond for our Microsoft services. And that's how we ended up doing more with them and getting to the point we are. The culture that James has set up at Forbes matched much better than the other gentleman. Not that his company seemed like a bad company. It didn't. It's just Forbes seemed more similar to our culture, that you become one in a partnership with your customer to make them more successful. That seemed to be the feel that I got, the vibe that I got from James and John. It started with just the two of them, and that's all we really knew. When we started the 3CX phone training, that expanded to maybe 4 or 5 total employees inside of Forbes that we know. I went through the records just before our phone call to see how many people have touched our account now that know us and work with us, and it's 10. So, it's expanded quite a bit and I don't know how many they have total on staff at Forbes, but I think our employees know most of them by name, maybe not by face, because a lot of this support is done over the phone, but we certainly know them by name and voice when we hear their voice. Trust, honesty, integrity, stewardship. Those are the 4 things that we preach in our company. And those first 3, when we're doing company-to-company business, are key. Trust, honesty, and integrity. You do what you say you're going to do it with honesty, and build that trust. So we've got a good working relationship with the Forbes guys. They're right at the other end of 444 anytime from any of our cell phones or our desk phones. That's all we have to do is 444, and we've got a Forbes employee on the line 24/7. The core values are important. The bigger the company gets, the harder it is to keep that across multiple employees. I used to work for General Motors, and I thought for a company their size, they had a great culture. But you can build a much tighter, more encompassing, more personal culture the smaller your company is. There's advantages in small companies to be nimble, responsive, and the people. And that felt that way very much in the early stages of Forbes and our company, and it still does. Forbes has done a great job, but when it is a multi-company issue, stepping in with us to help resolve that issue. And of the hundreds that have probably popped up in the 4 years that we've been doing this with them, 3 years we've been doing it on the IT contract, there's maybe 1 or 2 that they really couldn't resolve that had to be on the other party. And that's been great. And if the issues are within the realm of them, it's if a Microsoft issue or an IT backbone issue, network issue, they're all over it and they resolve it quickly. So they've done a really good job for us. I don't think so. I mean, the breadth of their services is what we like best, all the way from our cell phones through, as I said, the interfacing with our ERP system and through the Microsoft products, and then the firewalls and the network infrastructure. They've just done a really good job. It's been very thorough. We appreciate their partnership.